Hello, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Love for Intuitive Astrology. So today I'm going to look into the month of March 2026 when it comes to the astrology. And I'm also going to add some intuitive messages for each and every single sign. So I will start with explaining this month in general, and then we're going to dive into all the signs, and most accurate is your rising sign. And for more information, you can check your sun sign and your moon sign. So let's have a look at this month. As right away, we're going to start with a full moon, total lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo on the 3rd of March. It's going to happen at 12 degrees and 53 minutes. Okay. Now, this is a supercharged full moon. Okay. And with the full moon, we have the sun in an opposition with the moon, right? And here we're going to look at, because we have the moon, which is your emotions, and we have the sun, which is your identity, what you want to grow into. So here we're going to see if, are we on the right track to be in balance with both sides, right? With both the oppositions. So we're going to have kind of like a recheck. And we're going to have this in the sign of Virgo, right? The moon is in Virgo. So do you need to reorganize your emotions? And what can you do? Do you need to take more rest, which is Pisces? Do you need to meditate, right? To organize your mind. Virgo rules the 6th house. So this is about your routines as well. Like, what can you do to feel better, to have more clarity? Is that maybe a better diet for you? Is that having a different sports routine? Like maybe you're working out too much. Are you working too much, right? Sometimes we have to learn also to be efficient. And Virgo, the energy of Virgo can be very perfectionistic. And then Pisces is saying, but sometimes you also have to surrender. You also have to let go and see where the outcome goes to. Okay. So maybe there needs to be a change in overthinking, thinking too much, being so strict on yourself, and be a little bit more gentle. And that can in return bring creativity, right? Because people are pushing all the time. Sometimes cannot create because it doesn't flow. So here you're going to mix. Maybe you need to obtain some more knowledge to get the job that you want. So maybe you want to read into something, read some books, study something. Maybe you want to check some details that maybe you have overlooked. So now it's time to do that. We have Mercury retrograde, okay, in the sign of Pisces. So this can create a bit of confusion. This is a time to go inward, right? Retrograde is inward. And we have this trine with Jupiter, also still retrograde, okay? We're going to talk about that soon, but this is time to really introspect. We have water and we have Virgo. So we need to mix both sides. It's not just explaining things logically, but also to be in our body, right? And very often when we align both, we're going to feel way more, I always want to say way more in control of ourselves, or way more in our body. Because if we're just in the mind, right, we're going to overthink, and we're going to maybe even create a bit of anxiety. But if we also allow things to flow and allow things to be revealed to you, it can be a lot smoother. Okay. So it's the test now to see how we can balance the moon and how we can balance the sun with all these planets in Pisces. Okay. So we're going to have Mars in a conjunction with the North Node, right? So again, we have Mars in a water sign. And Mars is a bit confused here. Like, should I relax or should I take action? I'm not sure what I should do. So allow these confusions to come and just reveal themselves, because maybe some insecurities that you're feeling are coming up around this time, but they're actually coming up for you to be healed, right? We have so much Pisces. It's ruling the 12th house. So this is the last piece of the pie, right? This is where we align with the universe and with the collective. So let it be revealed to you. Now we have it square Uranus. Uranus is now direct in Taurus, rounding up its time here. It's going to go into the sign of Gemini in April. And now is not a good time to make impulsive decision, because that can happen with Mars already in Pisces and then also in a square with Uranus. So unless this eclipse is going to push you in a new direction, right, which is usually meant to be, it's not a time to force things yourself, okay, to get things done yourself. Not yet. Wait till the end of the month, okay? It's going to be a beautiful time because we have Jupiter exalted direct in Cancer, and it's going to align with Mercury and with this, you know, it's going to make a beautiful aspect. Now it's time to introspect. Where are you in life? Do some meditation. Clean up your house, clean up your mind. Okay, this is time to make space for the new. So to remove all the stuff that we don't need anymore. Okay. So yeah, Jupiter is making the beautiful trine with the Sun and with Mercury. So take your time and take a step back and see what can be cleansed. Okay. Now Virgo is also your animals. So something could be coming up with your animals. Maybe you need to take care of them, but also in general, take care of your health, take care of yourself, clean up your life and make space for the new. Okay. Closing certain chapters. Like sometimes we need to take a step back and see like what is actually good for us. And if you're confused during this time, okay, confused is not a yes and confused is not a no. Okay. Unless you're sure of something, you decide. If you don't know yet, be in the confusion. Look at all the options, okay? Now, Virgo is also about serving. So how can I serve the world, right? Same as Pisces. Like, what can you do to make the world a better place? So these questions might be arising around the 3rd of March. Now, we also have a new moon in Pisces on the 18th or 19th of March, depending on your location, 2026. And it's going to be at 28 degrees, okay? Now we have this new moon in a sextile with Uranus. So this is about ideas popping up, right? And this could be intuitive insights when it comes to how to make money, because we have Uranus in Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus is about money. It's about art. It's about love. So maybe you just want to experience love. Maybe you kind of feel this exciting feeling, like you want to keep going forward, you want to move forward, right? But it's almost the right time. Now Jupiter already stationed direct, right? It's gonna station direct on the 10th of March. So this is a beautiful time because here you will see that you're going to feel more clearly where you want to go. Okay. So you're going to feel like the direction you're moving into. And Jupiter here is in a beautiful trine with Mars. Okay. We have the North Node and Mercury together. So maybe your path is becoming more clear, but you still need to figure out some last finishing touches, right? Like, for example, you're thinking about launching a new business and you're just looking at the last, in Dutch, we say, we look at the last dot, like the dot on the I, right? Like you need to look at all the last details before you're going to launch something. But this is great for innovative new ideas. And yeah, like I said, not acting on it yet, but this is like taking new considerations on your path. Also a beautiful time just to spend in nature. Pisces loves to swim. So if you can swim in the area that you're in, maybe it's very cold. Maybe you're one of those people that are okay with swimming in the cold. My deep respect. Like, I'm really, my body just wants warmth. But yeah, maybe I should try it one day. But I would love to hear if that's you and if you have any tips for me on how to stay in the cold. Because I live in a warm country and I'm just really, my body likes to be warm. So yeah, we have this new moon also in a conjunction with Neptune and Saturn, right? They went together in February and they're gonna dance around each other up until end of April, more or less, okay? And we're gonna have this weird shift because we have fire and we have water, right? And water wants to kind of take out the fire. Like it doesn't want to move that fast. It wants to go with the flow. So it's a little bit of a restless energy. And then we have Saturn that's going to ground it. And Saturn doesn't want to be grounded by neither, not by water and not by the fire. So because it actually wants to build, it wants to plan. So take a step back, see how to plan ahead, what you can do. Time for consideration before you do anything, okay? But you will have a lot of creative ideas. It's a beautiful time to relax, treat yourself very well, treat your body well, do some meditation, swim, take a bath, all these things. Write down all your ideas, okay? So, and then you're going to really nail this new moon. So, like I said, we have important days, 10th of March, beautiful time. Jupiter is going to station direct. It's going to be exalted. So you will see that life starts to move forward and starts to reveal new information to you, new knowledge, but at the same time also a new direction. So things are going to move a bit quicker. Like you know what you want in different areas of life. You know, can be romance, but you know, cancers, especially your emotions, it's your family, your mother. It's just you're gonna have this strong feeling on what to do next. On the 19th of March, we're also gonna have Mercury stationing direct, so you will get more clarity. Okay, especially a few days after. So from around the 25th, you're gonna definitely feel a lot less confusion. Okay, so you'll feel this shift, and life is starting to go fast, a lot faster. Okay. So I'm ready to start with all the signs. So let's start with Aries. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh no, this is not the signs yet. Aries season. Yeah. Okay, we're not ready. Okay, I'm not done yet. So yeah, Aries season. I wanted to cover the whole month. I stopped at the new moon in Pisces. No, we're gonna also talk about Aries season, which is going to start from the 20th of March, 2026. And by the end of the month, the sun in Aries is going to dance around Neptune and Saturn. Okay. And you can see we also have Venus in Aries. So we're going to shift into also this fire energy, but we have water and we have fire. Okay. And water kind of wants to like turn down a notch the fire element. Okay, so here it's time to really look at who are we, what do I want. Time for if you meditate, you're gonna get some strong urges or some strong insights on what to do next. We have Mercury in a beautiful trine with Jupiter direct. So end of the month, more clarity comes and it's time for action, right? You can take action, just not impulsive action. So think things through because we have Saturn with this whole bunch, with the sun, with Neptune. So there will be maybe some responsibilities coming up or some obstacles to reveal to you what is not fully fully finished yet, because Saturn wants you to learn, and sometimes it delays things or it brings some frustrations, but then you have to do it again and you will never forget it, and this creates mastery of something. Okay, so we shouldn't be scared of it. It's actually going to benefit you in the long term. This is about long term. Okay, so yeah, beautiful alignments, Mars trining Jupiter, so you will go forward in a much easier flow. Okay. Now I'm ready to start with all the signs. So Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We have this full moon, total lunar eclipse in your 6th house, okay, at 12 degrees. And you can see we have this whole bunch of planets also in Pisces in your 12th house. So this is a time to introspect. This is a time to take some rest if you need it, okay? And Virgo, this moon, this eclipse in your sixth house is really telling you, like, your body is going to tell what you need. What is your diet? What is your best diet? Okay, because you open your phone and there's so many people talking about what is the best diet. But honestly, how can they know what is your best diet? Okay, so you need to figure out what your body needs. Each body is different, each body needs something else. So feel what is right for you. Okay, I sometimes say there is so much information, and this month in March, especially the beginning of March, is going to create a bit of confusion. So turn down all the opinions and listen to your own body, right? Balance out the moon in Virgo with also what you're, listening to your intuition by resting. Okay, so you can inform yourself, but also listen to what your body needs. Okay, so do your research and then listen to what it is that you need, or you can go even to an expert that's going to check what your body needs specifically. So definitely a change in routines, sports as well, like what is your body asking for? Do you feel like you need to work out very heavily, or is your body saying like light workouts are okay? Okay. So, yeah, even things like swimming are going to be very, very good this month. Okay. Swimming, yoga, especially energetic sports are going to benefit you a lot and reconnect you in your body. Okay, now work can be a little bit confusing because we have this eclipse, right? We have this full moon in the sixth house, so there might be some miscommunication with your colleagues and not being able to see clearly what exactly you need to do. Maybe you're at work and you're kind of like, I don't exactly know what's going on or what I need to do. Okay, so there might be some confusion in the workplace, and you just have to gonna stick stick with it until there is more clarity. And for some of you, it's actually a time where you might stop a job, or you know, maybe you're gonna switch. But the best is to wait until end of March. It's a better time to start a new job if you can, um, if you can influence that. So also contemplating over your family history, because we have this bunch of planets in Pisces in your 12th house, and it's trining Jupiter retrograde. So what a beautiful time to spiritually align yourself, okay? To grow spiritually, to connect with your ancestors, where you come from, right? And sometimes it's so powerful to just do a prayer to your ancestors or to reconnect with them, because they're always there to help you. And so a beautiful time to do that and align with them. Now, we have this new moon in Pisces as well at 28 degrees on the 18th or 19th of March, depending on your location. And this new moon as well is really bringing up maybe even some confusion, but you really have to look at those feelings, those emotions, because sometimes this is the unconscious wanting to reveal itself. Very often there is also projections happening, right? Like someone comes in your life that is projecting what you need to heal. Okay, this could be exactly what you need to heal or the opposite. Like, for example, a very easy example I usually use is when you have someone more narcissistic with someone who has a lot of empathy, right? And the person who has a lot of empathy needs to learn from the person who is more self-centered that they also need to think about themselves and not just give everything away. Okay, so this is a projection, and you will see when you stop, when the person who's more self-centered is starting to think about other people, they will attract, they will be in healthier relationships. And the person who is more empathetic and is, not forgetting about themselves, you will see their health will become better, their relationships will become better. So these are the things that will come up that will lead to more healing for you. It's a very spiritual time. Like I said, take a swim, take a long shower, a bath, whatever is possible for you. Go to a river. Yeah, we have this new moon in a sextile with Uranus, so new ideas, sudden income. Okay, there could be ideas of how to make more income as well, but there could be sudden income or sudden expenses as well. So be careful also for over spending. Maybe you're spending some money on retreats or a hypnosis session. This is definitely a very spiritual time for you. Then we're going to your season. So Aries, it's my sunshine Aries. Happy birthday, if that's going to be by the end of March. It's a beautiful time to manifest what you want, align with the universe and send your wish out in the world and don't tell anyone because that's your little secret that you want to come true. Because sometimes when you tell someone, right? This is what I had to learn as well because I was always so enthusiastic to share everything. But you give actually people permission to send negative energy to that project that you're working on, right? So sometimes it's good to wait until it's actually happening and then you're gonna tell people, okay? And you also just have to feel like if you have such a loving family or loving friends, then of course you can share that, but feel who you can share it with, okay? Very, very important. Now, Saturn is in your sign. I don't want you to be afraid of this. This is actually sometimes holding you back a little bit. So you reflect and you take the direction that is better suited for you. Sometimes it can be painful, right? Because we want something so bad. We want to take a certain path for us, and it's not always the right path. Okay, so in that case, Saturn will restrict. In some cases, it's like we want you to learn about responsibilities. So you're going to get a little bit more responsibilities. And yeah, the more you're going to try to avoid it, the more it's going to come your way. So it's better to accept it and then it will become lighter. Okay, things will get better. So we also have Jupiter direct there in your fourth house. So yes, beautiful time for redecorating the place. Maybe you're planning to rent, to sell a house, to buy a house. Okay, so wait a bit until Mercury retrograde is fully in direct motion. So you can wait until more or less a week after the 19th and you're going to be just fine. Okay, you can find a beautiful new place. It's also a nice time to connect with your family, to spend time with your family, or maybe some of you just want to spend time at home. Like you just want to relax, spend time at home. It's all okay. And if you're in real estate or you're doing anything related to family, like a family therapist, a designer, things like that, you will see your career taking off. Okay, you will see that your career will definitely bring in some lucky strikes for you in that area. What do you want, Aries? Yeah, what do you want? This is going to come up during this time, okay? So I also promised to do a channel message because I don't have my cards here. They were downstairs and I thought, you know what, I will channel a message for each sign because I think that would be so much fun. I feel that for a lot of you Aries, you're going to grow more confident in your body. So if there was anything that you felt insecure about, now is going to be, so this month is going to be a time where you're going to realign with your heart and also put the energy in the earth. So you are more grounded and you feel more settled in your body. Okay, you're going to feel more happy, more settled with yourself and in your body, no matter what situation you are in. Okay, so it's not so much about having to adjust to different situations, but staying strong within yourself, no matter what situation that you are in. And that's what you're going to experience. There's going to be a certain strength that's going to grow within you. Okay, so speak from the heart. And if you don't have the answer, you don't have to give it. So sometimes we feel like we have to answer to something, but if you don't know, you don't have to answer to that. until you have the answer. And then you can say, like, I know. It's okay to not have all the answers for others, but also for yourself. And then you wait until the time comes where that answer can connect with you. Okay. And you're so worthy of good things happening in your life. Okay. So some of you feel like you lost your way when it comes to um, getting things, when it comes to success, or when it comes to relationships, or whatever success means for you. But it will come to you when you're more secure in your body, because then you become like a magnet for other people. So that would be my message for you, my lovely Aries. If you want to support my channel, if you want to help me grow and share the message with as many people as possible, write me a comment, or subscribe to my channel. I also do private readings. You find my email in the description box below. And bless you so much, Aries. And until next time, so let's move to Taurus. So Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We have this full moon, total lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo on the 3rd of March. It's going to be in your 5th house. Now, this is a beautiful alignment, and it's especially going to impact you if you have your Sun, Moon, and Rising around 12 degrees, okay? I had to remember because, I did write it down in the presentation. Okay. But yeah, around 12 degrees. And this is all about your creativity. So you're maybe going to overlook some projects that you have done, or maybe this sudden brilliant idea is popping up and saying, ooh, that's really great. I didn't think about that before. So open your mind, look at the ideas coming up. Some of you get the ideas through reading a book. Maybe you're reading a specific book because Virgo is also ruled by Mercury, right? And it's going to give you all these ideas. And Pisces there in your 11th house is like surrender into that, right? Surrender into those ideas. And maybe this idea could be something that you could present to the public, okay? Maybe you're already doing that, right? Maybe you are already showing a certain skill in the public. And this is the time where you're going to see how you can upgrade your skills and really see, like, how can I make, for example, if you have a YouTube channel, or if you have a blog, or doing anything with social media, to see how you can speak to your audience without losing your sense of self, right? Your self-expression. So here you're going to look at what feels natural for you, your natural self-expression. And maybe sometimes you're just very harsh on yourself, because Virgo can be very hard on themselves, right? And you have that in the 5th house. So maybe you feel like, oh, if you're a singer, like, maybe I don't sing well enough, or maybe I say stupid things and people don't want to hear from. So all these insecurities, you're going to work on that during this eclipse and see how you can organize your mind and feel this peace and feel this rest. Okay. So if you have anything written, you're going to review that as well, because we're going to have Jupiter retrograde in the 3rd house, aligning with those planets in the 11th house. Okay. And maybe some of your friends are going to give you some ideas on how to create something, or there could even be some confusions. Okay. Maybe you're trying to reconnect with friends and it almost feels like you're just not on the same page. Just wait until these retrogrades will station direct. So Jupiter on the 10th, and we have Mercury stationing direct on the 19th. You will have more clarity. Also double check your emails, whatever you're sending, communicating, right? Also with your siblings. It might be that there's a bit of miscommunication in that area. So we also have a new one in Pisces, right? At 28 degrees in your 11th house. So again, you're dealing with the public, you're dealing with your friends. This is about big organizations. So also if you're working in a big organization, If you're doing any type of management, maybe you have to overlook certain departments and you're just not really sure how to organize that, right? And this is the same for the eclipse. You're just going to have to find creative ideas on how to work with certain changes, right? And maybe some companies need to reorganize or restructure their company. And there's a lot of Taurus that need to help resolve um, these problems in the companies. Okay. This is a time where you can bring up the past with your friends. Like, remember those times when we did this, that, and that. Okay. So it's gonna be like a walk down memory lane, I think they say. Yeah. Taking a trip with friends. Maybe you're going to go to a place where you always go together, right? Maybe you always go to the countryside, rent a house, or third house is more to related to short trips. So maybe it could be a short trip. New idea for a study, or even revising a study, going back to it and seeing how you can realign yourself with that. Reflections on self-love. We do have Venus and Saturn in the 12th house. So it's really about reflecting about love, and some old pains could be coming back from past lives. Okay. We have this new moon sextile Uranus. So excitement for the future, maybe choosing a new path. And this could be because you've talked with friends, or maybe you're choosing a path that is a little bit more related to the public. Now, Pisces is not super showy, right? So if you do with the public, you're going to do it from your intuition, from your feeling. And usually if it's behind the camera, it's not so revealing as really speaking in the public, right? But for you, it works best if you do those things to really listen to your intuition and let it come naturally, because the third house is in a water sign. So you are best, Taurus, when Taurus rising, especially when you talk from the heart and when you let it flow. Now, Aries season, okay, it's a very, very creative time because now we're going to have Mercury stationing direct in a beautiful trine with Jupiter. So, fantastic time for writing, communicating. Um, it's really a time where people are captivated by your speech. If you're in sales, you can sell a lot more than usual. Now we have Saturn there with Neptune and the Sun in the 12th house. Okay, gonna dance around each other by the end of the month. Beautiful time for volunteering, doing voluntary work. And yeah, it's really about helping others. How can you help others? How can you help the collective? Beautiful time for spiritual practice, especially through sports, because Aries is more of a fiery sign. So you can do like yoga, martial arts, things like that to really reconnect with your spiritual side. Also, if you work in prisons or hospitals, doing something, you're very creative, like an artist or a writer behind the scenes, through hard work, you can actually uh, make real progression. So don't give up on what it is that you want to do. Taurus, I promised some channeled messages because my cards are downstairs and I didn't grab them. And I think I just want to give a message from my heart to you. For Taurus. I hear stay strong. Some of you have been going through a little bit of a rough patch, and it's time to reconnect with your root. So with your root chakra, but also with your root as in your country, your family. And for some of you, there needs to be some kind of forgiveness, especially with the mother and the mother line. And this forgiveness is about um, maybe not always receiving what you wished you had received, but also activating this nurturing side within yourself that is difficult when life is not always going our way, to be nurturing and kind to people. And I'm not saying bad boundaries, I'm saying kind. So it's about reactivating the mother line by, even sometimes you can just forgive your ancestors, right? And take away their burdens. So it's not always about, you know, the direct family, and also about forgiving yourself for not always showing up the way you wish you would show up. You're trying your best, and be gentler to yourself sometimes, Taurus, nicer. Um, Doing the best you can is already a lot. So that's my message for you, my lovely Taurus. If you want to help me expand my channel, subscribe to it, leave a comment below how this resonates with you, this message. And also that helps me expand these messages to many more people. I also do private readings. You find my email in the description box below. And until next time, blessings, blessings to you. Let's move on to Gemini. So Gemini, Sun and Rising. For you on the 3rd of March, we have this full moon, total lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo in your 4th house. Okay, so this can create sudden things when it comes to the 4th house, which is moving. Maybe you need to move for a job and you get a message like, you know what, Gemini, we are starting a new company or a franchise in this area. Can you move for this job? Okay, it can be actually moving, and or it can just be the news that maybe you're moving for that company. Some of you are going to move away from family, so abroad or to a different destination. Okay, moving out of your hometown or out of your family home. Okay, going out in the world. And most likely that is for a job or for something that maybe you want to learn, for study, unexpected work coming up. Okay, so that could also create some tension in the home because we're having the axis of the 4th. And when the 4th is shaky, the 10th is also a bit shaky. Okay, so if one or of the two is a bit out of balance or too much work, then it's very often difficult on the family, right? If you're spending too much time with family, it's a burden on work because you're not doing the work that you should do. So it's about balancing your root, um, your family with work. Okay. If anything is out of balance, Gemini, that will come up. So it just can be a perspective or a shift in your mind. An overview of salary expectations. Jupiter is retrograde in the 2nd house, and it's trining the Sun and Mercury retrograde. So this is about reviewing, like, what actually would you like how much money would make you happy. This is not about taking action yet. Okay, it could even be that there might be some confusing situations with clients. So you get a new client and the expectations are just a bit confusing, like there's not really a very strong direction. Literally, it's a good time to clean up your home, okay? Because Virgo is in the 4th house, especially Gemini rising. If you have Virgo on the 4th house cusp, you probably like to have a home that is very organized. So organize the home, organize things in your mind as well regarding to your family. Like, how can we solve this issue? How can we solve um, whatever is disruptive? Okay, because Virgo likes organization, it likes to clean up things, so it can go to Pisces, which is surrendering. Okay, so you can surrender into work. So whatever needs to be resolved, that's going to come up. So we have this new moon in Pisces on the 18th or 19th of March, depending on your location, at 28 degrees, also in your 10th house. So there's a lot of emphasis on your 10th house, which is related to your work. And maybe you're working on something, and now it's time to really look over things, review what you've done so far. Okay. It could even be that an old company is coming back, or someone you worked for before, they're reconnecting with you and saying, hey, Gemini, would you like to work for us again? Like, we had a good experience with you, and you just need to reflect and think about what you want to do. More clarity is going to come when Jupiter stations direct on the 10th of March, and especially when Mercury stations direct on the 19th of March. Okay. Miscommunication, there could be some miscommunication, like who is supposed to do what exactly. There's a bit of a confusion going on because Mercury is not very strong in Pisces, so maybe even the boss doesn't know. And when the boss doesn't know, the employees don't know, and everybody's a bit confused, right? Even if you're the boss, make sure that um, that you not give everyone this confusion, okay? Unless you can explain it, right? I haven't really figured it out, but when I do, I'm going to come back to you. So it's very important to state that clearly. It's okay to not know everything all the time. Being restless about work because this new moon is also in a sextile with Uranus. So it could be that it's bringing a bit of restless energy and it's hard to sleep, maybe it's hard to focus, but you're also excited at the same time. So there's a bit of all kinds of energies going on. And then we have Aries season from the 20th of March, which is going to be in your 11th house. And we have the Sun, we have Neptune and Saturn. They're all going to dance around each other. And it could be that some of you have responsibilities towards friends. It's also about large organizations. So maybe you're going to help out in an organization that you're part of, like a community that you're part of. But also, this could be just a big, international company where you're going to work a little bit harder than usual. Okay. But also, Saturn restricts. So it can literally restrict you from seeing friends and also filter your friends. So you're going to really clearly see who is your real friend and who is not, especially after we have everything direct. But the good news is after Jupiter is direct, especially after Mercury, we have this beautiful trine. So this creates more income for you, okay? New opportunities of income, salary increase, okay? Things are going to flow and your worthiness, your feeling of worth is going to increase, right? And maybe you want to buy beautiful things because Cancer is ruled by the moon, which is emotion. So maybe you want to buy and you want to give and everything, but just make sure that you watch your budget, okay? Because Jupiter is really expansive, right? It attracts, but it also wants to give. And this is also key, right? To attract the things that you want, but still, yeah, watch the budget a little bit. Now, usually I grab a card. Oh, we have a new direction with work. So a new job could be coming in by the end of the month for you, starting a new job, having a new direction in your work. Like maybe you're going to work on something new, something specific. The boss assigns you to that, and some of you even get like a promotion. Okay, so very good time. End of the month is going to be a very good time for you. Um, I'm going to channel a message for you because usually I draw cards, but I left them downstairs, and I think it's just going to be nice just to channel a little message from my heart to yours. So Gemini, um, I hear it's time for you to be a bit more playful again. Like in general, you are a very playful soul, but lately you might have restricted yourself from enjoyment, restricted yourself from connecting with your inner child and feeling this freedom. And that doesn't mean chasing desires and chasing the darkness. It's about chasing freedom. And that is reconnecting with the inner child, actually connecting with the innocent side of yourself. So being playful again is going to make you more creative, more happy, lighter. If you have kids, connect with your kids and do something fun with them. Um, you do not have to be so serious all the time. Your joyful nature is actually your strength, and that's what draws people to you. So you don't have to restrict that side of yourself. And if people don't like that side of you, that's okay. Don't dim it for people that cannot handle the playful and joyful side of you. You don't have to dim yourself for others. Inspire them to be like you. And if it triggers them, that is okay. right? They are not ready to embrace that pure side of themselves, this purity within. So connect with that. It's what makes you so, so beautiful, Gemini. So don't forget. And I hope you feel this with me, that this side of you is so beautiful and it makes you curious and intelligent and joyful to be around. So don't forget that. That's my message for you, my amazing Gemini. If you want to help me increase this channel, if you write a comment below. And thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate you. Many, many blessings to you, my lovely Gemini. I also do private readings. You find my website and my email in the description below. And until next time. So let's move on to Cancer. So Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For you, we have this full moon, total lunar eclipse on the 3rd of March in your third house, okay, at 12 degrees. And the third house has to do with your communication. This is about studying. This is about teaching as well. And now it's time to see, like, where can I absorb more information to improve your communication, to improve your knowledge? Maybe you did some kind of research and it's not fully finished yet. So maybe you need to look at some more aspects from different sides to really get this complete overview. Okay, this completion. So you're going to complete a certain project. Maybe you want to learn about something and you want to have a change of direction. So doing something else, complete, and you need to study for that. Okay, so it's about reorientating directions. For some of you, it could cause a bit of miscommunication with teachers, with neighbors, with siblings, okay? Because we also have Mercury retrograde in Pisces, which is a bit of a confusing energy, right? So it's not a time to publish anything big or to make major choices, okay? Unless it's really forced. There could be a trip that you're making, but in this trip there could be some delays, and maybe you don't feel like following a certain plan too much, right? Like Virgo loves the plan and Pisces wants to go with the flow. So make sure that you have a good balance in preparing and also just enjoying the moment. It's okay sometimes to relax. We have Jupiter retrograde, which is going internal. It's in the first house. So you're going to revalue, like, who am I? What do I stand for? It's a beautiful time for spiritual progress. Maybe you want to learn about, you want to read spiritual books, self-help books that, they're just there to reflect things back to you so you can align with yourself. Okay. Um, yeah, let's go to this new moon in Pisces, which is going to happen on the 18th or 19th of March 2026 at 28 degrees. So there is this continuation of um, teaching. Maybe you travel. It's a beautiful time to swim. So if you're nearby a sea, if you're on a holiday or you can take a bath or something like that, it's going to be very good. It's like you're going to cleanse away all the old pains and insecurities and all that stuff. And Jupiter stationing direct is going to open so many new opportunities for you. It's in a beautiful trine with Mars, right? So taking action on something new, and especially by the end of the month when Mercury is direct, you're going to see that you just feel so in alignment. Your intuition is going to be spot on. And yeah, for some of you want to revisit a place where you've been before, going over an exam or a study, and it's going to really activate memory, because water is memory, right? And there's so much water. Up until this new moon, we're up until the 20th, we're going to have a lot of water. So it's about, maybe some of you are going back to the past to reconnect with past memories or actually removing certain past memories, okay, and see how you want to do things differently. But yeah, beautiful time to reconnect with your intuition. Going on a trip with friends, because we have this new moon in a sextile with Uranus in the 11th house. It's just going to be a lot of fun, enjoyment, right? Jupiter is going to make you feel more optimistic, and you're going to be suddenly like not so worried anymore. It's going to be like, everything is going to work out in my favor. I'm just going to see it one step at a time. So new job maybe, or romance could be coming in. You're just going to be very, very magnetic. So you will be able to draw in a lot of new opportunities. And yeah, it's going to be a wonderful time. So then we have Aries season from the 20th of March. And yeah, like I said, beautiful alignment. We also have Saturn, the Sun, and Neptune dancing around each other in the 10th house by the end of the month. So there could be some more responsibilities coming in when it comes to work, but you have the optimism to carry that. It's going to work out, it's going to be fine. And listen to what your feelings are telling you, because 9 out of 10 times, or 99 out of 10 times this month, it's going to be right. Okay. Um, it could be that you just take a break from work. Like sometimes Saturn restricts, put you on hold, put you on a pause, and it's time to realign yourself until you're ready to take on more action. So it's about making a plan, making a long-term plan, may it be not working or in the job that you're making some kind of long-term plan, okay? Traveling will be beautiful, learning a new language, connecting with other cultures, connecting with other people. Like if you're doing anything related to making documentaries or traveling, if you're a vlogger, you're gonna really make beautiful images. You're going to inspire a lot of people. So it's going to be a fantastic time. Also, by the end of the month, if you want to learn something new, then this is the time to do so, especially related to higher learning, spirituality, religion, old books, right? Going back to scriptures or history, archaeology, all these kind of things. Okay. So that's my message for you when it comes to the astrology. I have usually have cards, but I wanted to channel this time, channel a message. So I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to see what message comes through for Cancer. I feel that some of you have had a bit of a stressful time, and I feel like you just need to breathe in and breathe out. It's almost like I want to give you peace. I want to say that it's going to be okay. And clarity is coming. It's going to come very soon. Um, Sometimes we want to do it everything at the same time. We want to finish all projects. We want to do everything. And it's just not the right timing. And being okay with that not being the right time just yet. But things are going to unfold very soon to you. And the more calm you are, the more ready you are. Sometimes it's okay to treat your body well, to nurture it, to be sweet to yourself. So you're ready for that next chapter. A lot of you are going into a new chapter, even a chapter of expanding the family. May it be with friends, may it be with a child. Um, Maybe it's a beautiful new project that feels like a friend. So it's time to really reconnect with your essence and not trying to push, which is very unnatural for you because you're water and you flow. You're better when you go with the flow, especially with these planets this month. It's not about rushing, it's about reflecting this month, reflection and coming back to yourself. So take it easy. It's enough. You're doing enough, Cancer. So that would be my message for you. If you want to help me expand my channel or reach more people with this message, with this video, then subscribe to my channel and leave a comment below. Share with me how you're doing, how you're feeling, how this resonated. And I also I do private readings. You find my email in the description box below. Thank you so much, Cancer. I'm sending you so many blessings because life's gonna, you know, bring a lot of good surprises for you in the upcoming time. So until next time. So let's move on now to Leo. So Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For you, we have this total full moon, total lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo in your second house. Okay. It's going to be on the 3rd of March at 12 degrees. And this full moon is going to, or this full moon eclipse is going to trigger how you deal with money, the value of money. Are you overspending your money? There could be a sudden bill coming in or sudden money coming in, and how are you going to deal with that? And how are your feelings with money? How are you realigning with your money? Okay, because the south node in the second house can sometimes drain money. Okay, like it's going out quickly. So and it's okay because the south node likes to accept whatever comes. So when it goes, it comes again. When it goes, it comes again. But we also have to take into account that Virgo in the second house is an earth sign and likes to be organized. So it's about reorganizing and seeing what to do with your money. Now, we do have a lot of planets in the eighth house, Mercury retrograde. Um, we still have Jupiter retrograde also. They are trining each other. It's not a time for new investments or starting a new bank account with your partner, shared resources, things like that. Now is time to really reflect, do your research, but it's not a time to really make a decision yet. Okay. So what it is a beautiful time for is spiritual growth. Leo, this is a wonderful time for spiritual growth. Is a time for self-reflection and looking at the cycles, because the eighth house is also related to cycles, right? And closing a certain chapter, things that are no longer aligning with you, aligning with your soul. Okay. And they start with the second house there with this moon in Virgo to balance that out with the planets in the eighth house. So it's about feeling worthy. And sometimes when we don't feel worthy, we ask too little money for the work that we do. We don't appreciate ourselves. We maybe neglect our body and don't take care of our body enough, right? Or go into love affairs that are not suiting for us, or going after the wrong people because we want to feel loved, but we can only attract the right love when we appreciate ourselves, right? You don't have to be finished, whole, and complete, because we're not we wouldn't be here if we were that, right? But it is about learning how to value yourself, to appreciate yourself, and putting worth on yourself. And then you can close a certain chapter of maybe relationships that are not suiting you anymore. We also have this new moon in Pisces, which is going to happen on the 18th or 19th of March, depending on your location, at 28 degrees. And once again, we still have Mercury retrograde. So this is about reorganizing your papers, taxes, pensions, joint finances, right? Like maybe if you've been through a separation as well, you need to reorganize and really see who is getting what taxes, just to make sure that everything is in order. And I know it sounds boring, but it's actually very important and necessary. But like I said, spiritual transformations, and that could impact the workplace, because this new moon is in a sextile with Uranus in your 10th house. So you might see sudden changes in the workplace, great ideas that you can work with, right? Jupiter now is direct in your 12th house. It's like your guides are with you all the time. So if you're a little bit sensitive, it's like your intuition is going to be so spot on this month, and you're going to almost feel where you want to go next, okay? Especially when you meditate. So do your meditation, because this is a very, very spiritual month, and you can close down some cycles so you don't have to repeat them anymore. And the thing is that, yes, we're getting different lessons after maybe, but they don't have to be so intense anymore, okay? And it starts with your self-worth, valuing yourself, loving yourself. We have Aries season from the 20th of March, Leo. So, we're going to have the sun, we're going to have Saturn and Neptune dancing around each other in your ninth house. And at some point, we'll trine your sun, moon, and rising, right? Could be in March, could be in April, depending on the degree of your ascendant. So, with Saturn there in the ninth house, you might feel a bit of a disconnect sometimes, okay? Like maybe there will be a bit of pessimism because you're seeing specific teachers, right? Ninth houses of teachers not doing the best. And it's like, what is, I don't believe in anything anymore, or I don't, it's about reflecting on your belief systems, being a bit pessimistic, doing your own research, which ultimately is the best thing, right? Because I'm just here talking so you can reflect back, right? Ultimately, you have to become your own teacher and become independent, because that's what you're here to do, to listen to your own intuition and to become more powerful with your own energies, okay? So your intuition will be on point. You will do a lot of research. Also this month, right? This end of the month is great for researchers. There might be some new direction that you're going to, and especially if you're doing any research in spirituality, like quantum physics, or maybe you're a psychologist, or you're doing research in the psyche of humans, and you're just gonna have such a breakthrough moment. Also, accountants might see a lot of opportunities, investors, traders, if you're doing some kind of day trading, all very positive, right? So it's just about reflecting on the world and believing what fits your narrative, because literally nothing is wrong. Ultimately, it's one source. It's just the way to that is up to you, right? And it's the intention that matters. So it doesn't matter, like if we're starting to say this is wrong, this is right, you're wrong, you're right, then we are staying in this human roller coaster because that's our ego wanting to be right. I am right. What I believe is right. No, what I believe is right. But what if it's all right? And is this the intention that you have with it, right? The intention with your higher self is what matters because you can believe so hard and still be a shitty person, so to speak. So it's about the intention of being good. That's why some people believe in nothing, but they're a good person. They're still connected to something, even though they don't know it. Okay. So even a trip can open your mind and open your heart and really show you a different perspective on life. Okay. Even if you study, it might be taking more time, but Saturn here wants you to reflect and really think about everything that you're reading, that you're studying. Okay. So I grab a card, but I'm just gonna channel a message because I want to channel a message for all the signs. So I'm gonna just sit down and see what comes through for my lovely Leos. I'm speaking to some people that are craving love, and this has nothing to do with your status. I'm hearing this has nothing to do with your status. This has to do with loving yourself. So what you crave from other people, the validation, the love, to be seen. I want to be seen for your beautiful heart, for your beautiful self. You first have to start embracing your own heart, your own self, and then people can see it. And some people cannot see it because they cannot even feel their own heart and their own love. So sometimes we chase someone or something that will not or never validate us because they cannot feel or see what you have in your heart. We have to become comfortable with what we know is in our hearts, and that's all that matters. And this is where your connection comes in with the other side, right? With God knows what is going on in your heart. So it's okay if some people cannot see it. We don't have to prove that to other people that we are good people, because it's about knowing, and silence speaks louder than words. So remember that, my lovely Leo. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to help me expand my channel and share the message with more people, subscribe to it, share it, leave a comment below. I also do private readings. You'll find my email in the description box below. And I'll see you next time. Many blessings to you, my lovely Leos. Let's move on to Virgo. So Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For you, we have this full moon, total lunar eclipse in your sign on the 3rd of March. So obviously, you're going to be highly impacted by this full moon. And first house is about your identity, right? This is about a new beginning. So a new beginning can be triggered. This can be a major new shift, a complete new direction, but this can also be as small as a new perspective on yourself, being less critical of yourself, because Virgo, you can be quite critical and perfectionistic. And what if you don't have the perfect weight? What if you don't have the perfect work? And what if you didn't help someone as good as you wanted to help them? Okay. So this is about a shift of perspective and to be more accepting of yourself. And when you're more accepting of yourself, you're more accepting of your partner or your business partner, which is the 7th house in Pisces. You can surrender in a relationship when you know that you are lovable and that you can actually, that you are worthy of a relationship. Okay. So, different perspectives on relationships and also different perspectives on yourself. It's time to close a chapter. Okay. So, any bad habits, maybe just talking negative to yourself, it's time to close that. And yeah, there could be some talk you have with your friends, because Jupiter is a retrograde there in your 11th house and it's trining the bunch of planets in Pisces in your 7th. So it could be that your friends are helping you realize, right? Maybe you're talking about past relationships. You're reflecting on past relationships because we have Mercury retrograde in the 7th house. So about reflecting the past, how can you change things in the future? And even reconnecting with someone from the past. Okay, it could be an ex or friends, and see what needs healing and what can be healed, because healing takes place when two people are ready, right? You can decide to heal yourself, but sometimes you're not getting the same validation from the other person. Okay. So we have this new moon in Pisces on the 18th or 19th of March 2026 at 28 degrees in your 7th house as well. So there is this continuation of relationships and how you relate to other people as well, right? Maybe like clients, or I've seen a lot of people in sales who have planets, a lot of planets in the 7th house. How do you deal with people around you? And do you feel like you need to give up something of yourself to be valued by the other person or accepted? Okay. So this is about processing the past. You can also maybe go to some kind of workshop, maybe a workshop to love yourself, because we have this new moon in a sextile with Uranus, and this can be exciting, healing, maybe even a trip can be healing for you. Okay. A trip can change perspectives in relationships. You could be going on a sudden trip for your partner or with your business partner, okay? And yeah, this might change a lot of your perspectives. Now, by the end of the month, we're going to have Aries season on the 20th of March. And beautiful, because here we have Mercury direct from the 19th, stationing direct. We have Jupiter in your 11th house direct. So great time to connect with friends. If you're working in a large organization, right? Or you're working with the public, you're going to have a lot more attraction to you. So you can draw in a lot of people. So great time to connect with friends and even to meet someone new, maybe through networking. through your friends, friend groups. That would be, hello, darling. Yes, sweetie. You're not getting food yet. It's not time. I don't know if you hear it. The little kitten that I showed you this summer is a big boy now. He's huge. He's not so tiny anymore. So, but yeah, so cute. Um, so end of the confusion in a relationship, because this retrograde and especially in Pisces can create confusions. Maybe your partner was confused or you're feeling kind of confused, and you're just not really sure. Um, do I want to stay with this person or okay. Yeah, if you want to stay, I just let him out, because otherwise I'm gonna be out of my alignment with the video to you, and I don't want to have distractions because um great time for, yeah, friendship, networking, meeting people, and meeting someone new for some of you. Or you find a wonderful business partner that you're going to collaborate with on the long term. Okay. Now, I usually have cards that I'm pulling, but I realized that I'm going to do a little bit of channeling, and I'm doing that for all the signs. So I'm going to channel a message for Virgo. I'm feeling this like exciting, giddy time. And are you uncomfortable with having a good time? Do you feel guilty for being in love or having actually what you want? Do you feel like you need to share that with others? Some of you feel guilty for being happy. I know that I'm talking to some of you that are feeling that way. And it's now time to accept as well as the bad, but also the good. Why not accept good things for you? Because you're just as deserving of those things arriving in your life. So it's time to love yourself and accept that life can also be good and that can also treat yourself. Okay. So it's about letting go of certain negative thoughts that everything always ends up in a bad situation, because maybe one day it doesn't, and then maybe you sabotage it because you think you don't deserve it. But what if you do? Why are you different from other people that have experienced that before you, that have had what they wanted, and they have what they wanted? So why not enjoy it in the moment instead of worrying about what could happen, all the things that could happen that go wrong? But maybe it doesn't go wrong. And if it does, then you have the now to enjoy it now and to appreciate it now, because you're deserving of it. Okay. So allow good things to happen. Don't feel so guilty about it. Um, I did forget to tell about the Sun, Neptune, and Saturn. They're in your eighth house, okay? And I feel that that is related to the message that I want to give you. So we have Aries season, and those three planets are dancing around each other. And this is about also about eighth house is about intimacy and to being open to the right people to share your deepest feelings, because some of you struggle with that, and to listen to your intuition, because your intuition is very strong. They say Virgo don't have strong intuition. Well, that's not true. You have a very strong intuition. Okay. You're usually Virgos are silent, but they know what is happening all around them. Okay. So also not a great time for investments. So watch out for investments, but a good time for transformation and embracing yourself, even though good things happen, that you don't need to please everyone because it's going well for you. Everybody's time is coming. Everybody has their own timing. So that is so much easier than to be happy for everyone, right? Because if you know that your time is still coming, then we can be happy for others, right? And that makes life so much more beautiful. Why don't we um everybody deserves love, right? So yeah, that's my message for you, my lovely Virgo. I'm sending you so much love, so many blessings, and enjoy. If things are going well for you, especially end of March, things are, you know, looking quite good. You don't have to feel guilty to enjoy and all those things, okay? So if you want to help me expand my channel and share this message to other people, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, and also I do private readings, so you find my email in the description box below, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. So many blessings. Libra, so Libra, Sun and Rising. For you, we have this full moon total lunar eclipse in your 12th house, okay? And it's going to be at 12 degrees. So in the 12th house, it's time to take a bit of rest as well. We have so many planets in the 6th house, so it could be that work is a bit demanding, maybe a bit confused. Like there is a confused atmosphere, right? Because we have Mercury retrograde, and that could really bring in some I don't know what to do situation. Maybe you're not very clear what are your tasks at work, what your colleagues are saying. There might be some miscommunications. So when you're home, make sure to relax, okay? Maybe this is time for a change in diet. So respecting your body, respecting rest with your routines, and look at a diet that is good for you. And I also said this for Aries, right? Because this is also reflecting on their diet. But, you know, we hear so much information on what diet is best, but each body is different, each chart is different, each person is different. And we cannot say what I do is good for everyone, right? You can only go to someone who adjusts to what your body needs. So listen to your intuition. What does your body need? Do you need rest? Do you need to do some sports? It's a great time for swimming. Actually, we have so much in water there in the 6th house. Great time for yoga, flowy sports, so martial arts. Yeah, a pet. So maybe some of you get a pet, and this could change your routine. This could change. If you have a dog, you have to walk it, right? So that's going to be a change of routine. Also, a time for reflecting on work. Maybe you need to look at what you've done so far and also listen to your dreams. Like your dreams can be very telling right now, and they might give you certain messages. But the 12th house here wants you to clean up also um, these belief systems and things that are hidden in your body. And the 12th house brings on things from a past life. So sometimes it's weird stuff. Like I, for example, I have a huge fear of heights, and I've had that since childhood. And when I did a past life regression, I saw that my whole family fell off a cliff in front of my face. And each time I'm close to a small path with a cliff, I am completely freaking out, right? So sometimes we have this subconscious and unconscious feelings in our body that we don't know why it's there, right? So this is a beautiful time to get to know that and align with that. Okay. So we have a new moon in Pisces on the 18th or 19th of March 2026, depending on your location at 28 degrees. And this new moon is in a sextile with Uranus in the 8th house. Okay. So once again, um, by this time, though, we have Jupiter direct. So new opportunities in work can come, but especially by the end of the month, because then Mercury is direct as well. So after the 9, yeah, Jupiter went direct on the 10th, and Mercury is stationing direct on the 19th. Yes, okay, got it again. Great time for new work, but I always say we need to wait until Mercury is kind of settled. So after the 25th is going to be a really good time to find new work. And you will see that your bosses are going to really be happy with you, maybe praise you. New work, new projects, more responsibilities. But Jupiter is easygoing, right? So it's not going to be very heavy on you. It's something that you can easily handle. Okay. Um, but yeah, there could be still some miscommunication around around this time. And also, if some of you are not sure like what type of work you want to do, what type of direction you want to go in life, then things will clear up from this new moon onwards, okay, after that. And yeah, there could be some sudden money coming in from maybe investment. So if you have invested in something, we have Uranus there in the eighth house in Taurus. Taurus is also about money. A shift in um, a shift in how you see yourself at work. So maybe you have a different attitude and you just see that that brings different results, okay? And that can lead to more progress. So breaking certain cycles on how you see yourself at work, a transformation, and seeing things from a different perspective is really going to help you. By the end of the month, we have Aries season, and we have the Sun, Neptune, and Saturn now moving in your seventh house. Okay, so Saturn is going to test the commitment in your relationship, in business partnerships, in also your romantic relationship. If you have a partner, it's really going to say, like, are you strong? So people don't need to fear Saturn because Saturn actually wants you to commit. It wants you to have love, but it also wants you to have stability. So anything that's not any of those things, no commitment, no stability, insecurity, usually that's going to break under Saturn. Okay. If you're single, you're really going to revise and see, what is important to you, and you probably will only accept long-term commitment, and otherwise you're going to be like, you know what, I'm going to be happy by myself. And your career is your real focus and your real luck this year. You're going to be so magnetic if you're on social media or on YouTube or something in the upcoming even 2 years, right? Upcoming more or less 2 years, you're going to get a lot of attention to you, and you can really expand, change your work, launch a business, right? So from the end of March, things can really go your way when it comes to your work. A new diet routine, you will see that maybe health issues will clear up. So things are really going to shift for you. Okay, so health, work, and don't fear Saturn in the seventh house. It's just clearing up what is no longer serving you. Okay. This could be thoughts in a relationship or anything like that. Now, I usually draw a card, but I left the cards downstairs and I thought, why don't I just channel a message for each sign? So I'm just going to close my eyes and see what message comes through for my lovely Libras. I'm almost seeing you at the start of a race. Okay, so some of you are getting ready for takeoff, and it's almost like you're going to run a marathon. So at the beginning of March, make sure to rest, give your body a lot of rest, because things are fast for you. Things are moving very fast. And maybe for some of you, it's already started moving fast. Okay. So when your engine is running a lot and is going very fast, you need to value your body and put in fuel. So eat in a way that can help you run faster in this marathon. Okay, but also look at the limits of your body and don't overextend. Okay, you are given more energy, so you can definitely handle what is coming to you. Um, it's like the universe is opening up and bringing in opportunities for you. Okay. Listen to your intuition because you know what to do and which opportunities to accept, because you might have multiple opportunities, but not all opportunities are the best for you. So don't think with your head about it, think with your heart about it. So sometimes a job that pays a little less but is closer to your heart is a better job than a job that is paid very well, but something in you doesn't feel right. So don't force these feelings. Listen to it. Take your time, and you know what direction to take. Okay, a beautiful time for work, and value this body, because you cannot end a marathon when you haven't fully prepared for it and giving it the fuel that it needs. Okay, so that would be my message for you, my amazing Libra. If you want to help me expand my channel, subscribe to it, leave a comment below. How does this resonate with you? And also, I do private readings. You find my website and email in the description box below. And I'll see you next time. Many blessings to you. Let's go to Scorpio. So, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We have this full moon total lunar eclipse in your 11th house at 12 degrees. And here you're going to balance your friendships with your self-expression. So it's time, to review your friendships and see who you can be yourself with, right? Do you need to perform? Do you need to act around your friends? Or can you be yourself? So this is a true test here. Um, we have the South Node in the 11th house, right, with the moon, and we have the North Node with Pisces in the 5th. So it could be that you're upgrading your skill set. You're like, yeah, maybe I'll take a break from the public or showing things to the public or meeting friends. And I'm just going to focus on my skills. I'm going to focus on my hobbies. I want to be really good at what I do. So you will have this very creative. This is such a creative month, okay? Because we're going with Mercury retrograde. So some of you can even use your past, right? And Mercury is in a trine with Jupiter retrograde. So your past experiences, your past pain, anything related to the past, you can use that for your creative projects. Maybe that's how you're gonna teach if you're a teacher. You're gonna talk things about the past, which can be relevant for people in the now. Um, you could be overviewing books from the past, a study from the past, and really review and optimize those skills. And sometimes we have to go back to the basics. And it's funny that I'm telling this because I'm a Scorpio rising. And recently I've been opening my astrology books and I've been going back to the basics because I've been doing this for so long that sometimes you forget the basics. Forget, but you need like a new refreshing overview. So that's what's happening for you. See what can be improved. And also with your friendships, like how can you maintain your friendships and be open? Like, do you need some kind of space and communicate that with them? Because Virgo is about communication, being open, okay? Um, more responsibility in the workplace. Yeah, we're going to talk more about that because Saturn is in the 6th house, okay? But first, we have this new moon in Pisces on the 18th or 19th of March. Now, Jupiter is now direct, went direct on the 10th of March, and Mercury is going to station direct on the 19th, okay? So this is a very creative time, okay? Maybe some of you are even traveling, doing workshops, learning, and it's also a beautiful month to heal the inner child and to reconnect with your inner child. What did you want to become when you were little? Because sometimes we forget. We forget it on the way. We wanted to become, I don't know, you wanted to become a fireman and then you became something completely else. So some of you will go back to that dream of the past and see how you can make that happen. Okay. Also, Jupiter there in the 9th house sometimes can give you flashes of the future, prophetic visions. So you might see some flashes of things that you want to become, that you want to be. You might find a mentor that's going to help you with your skills or a spiritual mentor. Okay. And like I said, if you want to have a real mentor, you will feel the energies. You don't feel fear, okay? Because a lot of teachers, they project into fear. You have to listen, and you're a water sign. So, if any sign is good at spotting BS, it's Scorpio. Okay. So I'm not worried about that. But still, we are all human beings and we all want sometimes a little bit of guidance, right? So listen to your feeling when it is about choosing a mentor. Okay. Um, mastering a skill, creative ideas, all these things, pregnancy as well, expecting a child, expecting a birth. This is also a beautiful time for romance, okay? Like for some of you, this could even be a second marriage because ninth house is also second marriage, second relationships. Or you could even meet someone overseas, okay? New romantic attraction. So the end of the month is great for romance. We have also now from the 20th, the sun is going in the sign of Aries in the sixth house. So this is about your routines, this is about your health, and there could be more responsibilities in the workplace or just in general. You know, maybe you have to take care of your pets even, but it's a really good time to listen to your body, to feed it, and not to overextend. It's about working hard, taking responsibility, but not that it leads to a burnout. So eat well and, you know, change your diet where it's necessary because things are only going to get harder with Saturn there. Okay. So it's best to take it one step at a time. You know, and some of you are going to travel, but you still kind of need to stick to some kind of routine that will really help you because otherwise you're going to see that your health is going to object and say, you know, Scorpio, this is not what we want. Usually I get a card, but I left them downstairs, so I thought I would channel a message for all the signs. So I'm gonna just close my eyes and see what comes through for Scorpio. I'm seeing that Scorpio is gonna go back to imagination and not being out of touch with reality, but imagination as creation. I feel like some ideas that you have, you think are so far out of reach that you're not chasing it or that you're not creating it. But why not just do it for yourself first and see how that feels? Like, what if there's no audience, right? What if you just do it for you? You don't have to create always for other people. You can just create for yourself, for your own enjoyment. So I'm seeing some guilt attached to it. Like, what if I do something without a result? What if I just draw something? I love to draw, but I draw something and then no one's gonna see it, right? And I just wasted my time. And that's not true. You did something for you because sometimes we shouldn't forget about ourselves. And then maybe that skill will become more than just a hobby. But it starts with a hobby. And from a hobby, you can always go to a job. But first, we have to become familiar with it and to become one with that skill. So it's okay to just do it for yourself and not have the pressure of releasing that very fast, but just to put on some music and enjoy it. Enjoy your gifts that were given to you for a reason. So you don't always have to see an outcome. And if it's meant to be in the public, it will just go towards that in a very smooth way. But start with just doing something that you love to make life more enjoyable and more fun. Okay? Because fun is what is arriving through your creativity. And maybe you want to connect with your children, even like connecting with your children is going to give you this boost of fun and enjoyment. So reconnect with that first. And don't think that you have to rush, but take your time and relax and flow into that state of just being because there's so much water and it's actually going to make a grand trine for you, right? A grand trine of water in your chart. So it's a beautiful alignment. Go with the flow. That is your biggest message for March. And go with the flow without guilt, without rushing. It's going to come at the right time. So that's my message for you, my amazing Scorpio. If you want to help me expand this channel, share this message with more people, subscribe to it, leave a comment below. You can also book a reading with me that you find in the description box. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I send you many blessings. So let's go to Sagittarius. So this full moon, total lunar eclipse, is going to be in your 10th house. I'm so much in the flow that I'm so much in high energy right now that I need to focus a little bit because I'm channeling messages for each sign. So, Sagittarius, for you, we have this full moon total lunar eclipse in your 10th house at 12 degrees on the 3rd of March. And here you're going to see a shift when it comes to your work. Okay. So maybe you're going to leave a job even, or you're going to change perspective on how you see your job, right? Because Virgo can be so perfectionistic. Like, I want to do things so well. And maybe you've put so much pressure on your work and wanting to do so well that you forgot about connecting to your roots, connecting to your family, relaxing at home. Sometimes it's not so much about, sometimes even when you put the pressure off one thing, it's going to go better. So in this case, spend some time at home, watch your favorite movie, or spend your time reading your favorite book at home, or spend your time with your family taking a bath, right? We're in Pisces season, so cleanse your worries of work and see how you can change that perspective, okay? It's not a fantastic time now for a move, okay? If you have to, if you're going, no worries. Just make sure that you read contracts well. And if you want to rebuild or restructure something, the best is after the retrograde. So after Mercury stations direct on the 19th, we have Jupiter direct on the 10th. It's beautiful alignment, actually. Now it's time to introspect. It's time to also connect with your ancestors. Okay, it's very powerful. This is a beautiful time to do it because Jupiter is retrograde in your 8th house and it's trining your Mercury. It's trining the sun. We have so much Pisces energy. So healing the past, healing childhood trauma, healing whatever has happened. Okay, and this could be especially related to the female line, but it could be both parents, okay? We also have a new moon in Pisces on the 18th or 19th of March in your 4th house, okay? And it's sextiling Uranus in the 6th house. So yeah, it could be that there will be a sudden move for work. And on this day, Mercury is stationing direct. So if you want to redecorate the place, moving, all those things, signing contract is going to be a lot better if you wait a few more days. So around, the 25th, it's all safe to go with contracts, contractors. But yeah, making your house beautiful, you can do the whole month, right? If your existing place needs flowers or you want to change the structure of your home, because Mercury revises things. So you can optimize your home, clean it, make it more beautiful. Some of you are going to work from home more this month. But yeah, this new moon, maybe you're going to share your routines with your family. You're like excited. I tried this new sport or this new diet, and it's so positive, and you want to like share that with them. Okay. Um, yeah, there might be some confusions up until at least the 19 on where you should live, like what direction you want to go. Do you want to stay where you're at? And like I said, if you don't know, if there's no clear yes, then let it be. Let it be until the answer is clear for you. Okay. Connecting with your ancestors. Yes, you can do a meditation to connect with your ancestors, and you will see, you will get some messages. Okay. And I know that maybe some of you are more logical, but that doesn't matter, right? It really helps. You can just already start with your mind, but a little trick when you're more logical, because there's nothing bad about that, right? We need people that are very logical, but you can shift the energies to your heart, and then you will see that answers come to you intuitively if you want to make an intuitive decision, because this month is very spiritual, right? It's a spiritual month. You could get an inheritance for some of you, or you will see results from investments. Some of you will, yeah, will get like a lucky break, get money back from, um, maybe you're getting like some kind of fund or some kind of investment or support, okay, from it's other people's money. Also, a very good time if you're an accountant, right? Especially after end of the month when we're going to Aries season, okay? Accountant, or you're a researcher, or you're a psychologist, you will see some benefits there in your work, or maybe some recognition for what you are doing. Now we have Saturn there in the fifth house, like dancing around the sun now from the 20th of March. We're going to have Aries in your fifth house together with Saturn, together with Neptune. So it might block your creativity a little bit. So you could have a writer's block or creativity block, but it's actually telling you, if you want to sustain this for a long period of time, you need to master your skills first. So it creates some obstacles so you actually become better at it on the long term. So don't give up, okay? Same with pregnancy. If you're trying to get pregnant, you're Sagittarius rising, it just delays, but it doesn't mean it's not coming, okay? It's just delaying things. Yeah, more clarity where you want to move, spending time with family. And when it comes to romance right now, you're going to take things a bit more serious, okay? Not going to date unless that person is serious with Saturn in your fifth house. Now, Sagittarius, usually I get a card, but I left them downstairs and I thought I would channel a message. So I'm gonna just close my eyes and see what message comes forward for Sagittarius. So I'm hearing a peaceful home is a peaceful heart and a peaceful mind. So if things are unsettling, start with the home within yourself, feeling at home with yourself, and then you clean the home as your surroundings as to your wishes. So you can allow things to unfold. A clean home, physical home, or a home in your body means opportunities can easier flow to you, and it's going to be easier to see them and recognize them. So take your time. There's no rush. Um, Something that is good for you is sometimes to give, even if it's something very small. Even if you just smile at people, like a small gift is going to make your day as well. Giving is receiving, and it's not with the intention to receive, because you give because, I will get something back. But just the art of giving is going to make your life more joyful. Some of you are already doing that. And you don't have to give at the cost of yourself, right? Because if you're not rooted, connected, and home within yourself, there's no need to give yet. So first you recharge, first you reconnect. And then when the time is right, when you feel ready, you can start small with giving. The same if you want to teach or coach or anything like that. First, you have to feel your own joy and solve your own riddles and puzzles until you feel full of love. And then it overflows, and it's so natural to share that with others. Okay? So I'm sure some of you needed to hear this message. If you want to help me expand my channel, subscribe to it, leave a comment below how this resonates with you. And I also do private readings. You find my email in the description box below. I'm sending you so much love, so many blessings. May this month give you all that you deserve, all the love. So until next time, thank you so much. Let's move on to Capricorn. So Capricorn, Sun, and Rising. For you, we have this full moon total lunar eclipse. Your ninth house at 12 degrees. And especially if you are a Sun and Rising Capricorn, you're going to be highly impacted if it's around 12 degrees, right? 5 degrees up, 5 degrees down. Ninth house is about your higher mind, okay? Now, Virgo there likes to be precise. So some people who have, Virgo on the cusp of the ninth house, you would be pretty good at astrology because it's quite detailed, right? Or numerology. And yeah, you might want to do some research into spiritual subjects. It's a great placement for languages. So some of you want to learn new languages or thinking about learning a new language, thinking about studying something new, right? We also have Pisces there in the third house. So there might be some confusion with communication because we have Mercury retrograde in Pisces and it's not very strong there. So this is not a good time to launch new things. This is time to introspect, to do your research for a new study, but not act on it yet until the end of the month. Or you're going to revise something you've done before, something you studied before, and rereading that and looking at maybe you've done some research and you're ready to launch a certain project. Now it's time to analyze and see, oh, what can I do to um, finish this project, to make it fully ready. So rewrite things, take your time. This is a time for introspection. And also, there might be some confusion with communication with siblings and also with your partner. There might be some disagreements, or you're just not seeing things 100% clear. Okay. This clarity will come after the 19th of March, because we first will have on the 10th, we have Jupiter going direct and then Mercury, and that's going to create a beautiful alignment and things are going to go very fast after that. But yeah, if you study, take your time. Maybe you need to reread some things, but that's okay. Okay, read your emails. If you're teaching, maybe you're gonna talk more about past subjects or even just the past, okay? We're also having a new moon in Pisces, which is also in your third house. So traveling, even with this eclipse, you could be traveling, but there might be some delays or some obstacles to overcome. Okay. It's also about cleaning up the mind. So, cleansing the mind of your thoughts and putting more positive thoughts there. Maybe you've been talking so harsh and negative to yourself that now it's time to be more optimistic and more loving and looking at your speech. Like, what are you telling yourself? Okay. So, new ideas might be coming, right? New ideas might be coming in for you. Maybe you want to write something, you want to teach something. And yeah, by the end of the month, you're starting to set that up. Okay. Deep conversations with your siblings, with your partner, with your business partner, overviewing the past and also seeing how can we continue in the future. Like what do you like? What do you want to do? So great conversations ahead. If you want to buy a car, I would wait until end of the month. Okay, it would be just a bit of a better time because you will see things more clearly after the 25th. Mercury retrograde has settled, right? It's stationing direct on the 19th, but it needs to settle a little bit. And then it would be a good time for buying a car and also, but a trip in general will be very refreshing and you will reflect back on the past, but it will give you many gifts. Okay. We will have Aries season from the 20th of March in your fourth house. So this could be that your family situation and especially mother, but family in general could be more cold or difficult. Maybe you need to take on responsibility to help more at home, to help out your family, to help out the elderly, to help out your mother or your parents. This is also a time maybe where you want to redecorate the house, but any construction or thing you're going to do, it's going to take more time. Same if you're moving, because Saturn is going to delay it, right? So I always say the best is to move when Saturn is outside of the fourth house, or if it's during that, there could be some karmic lessons attached to that place, okay? And it could be delayed. So make sure to keep that in mind, okay? But yeah, we have this third house and a beautiful connection with Jupiter in the seventh. So relationships are good. Marriage is on the cards for some of you. Engagement, uh, finding love, and I had some comments from some Capricorn saying, I don't want love, I want work. Okay, but I'm not making this up, right? And seventh house is not that it's not good for work. It's good for clients, one-on-one with clients, good for sales. So if you're working one-on-one with clients, that's really a fantastic time. Okay, but everybody needs love, come on. And even if we're by ourselves, we still need to love ourselves. So love is important, okay? So, but yeah, for the Capricorns that do love love, this is a beautiful time. So go out there, maybe on a trip, right? On a short trip, you could be meeting someone, and it's really about going with the flow, going with the flow. For some of you, it will even be family that will introduce this person. So keep your eyes open. Um, Now, usually I grab a card, but I left my cards downstairs and I'm just going to channel a message. So I'm going to close my eyes for a moment and see what comes through. Capricorn. Oof, I'm cracking my back, so I feel like some of you need a good massage. I feel some of you need to take care of your body and loving it more, not being too hard on yourself. Some of you are very hard on yourself. I want to achieve. I want to be better, do better, go faster. And sometimes when you're slower, you're faster. So take a break when your body is asking you for it. Like some of you have been overworking, overdoing, and it's time for you to rest, retreat. And then when the time is there, sometimes even doing a little bit every day is getting you further ahead than doing a lot, trying to squeeze it in the day and exhausting yourself because it's harder to focus. You work more, but it's less productive. So sometimes less hours. And this is the lesson of your lovely planet, Saturn. Is a hard teacher, but actually, sometimes we need a hard teacher, isn't it? That is going to tell us, is that actually working? So it's time for you to grow bit by bit and to see how far you've come already instead of punishing yourself for where you still need to go. Because ultimately, we all know, and it sounds depressing, but we all know where we're going. So why not enjoy this time, take it one step at a time, and look how far you've come already? Because sometimes we value the things that ultimately are not going to stick with, we cannot bring everything, right? So what is important is good relationships with people and with yourself, and really just value what you already have instead of looking at what is not there yet. And I know some of you are doing so well already, looking at the small things. So if this is you already doing this, it's just a reminder to keep enjoying the small things and all the small. Look at a building. It needs to have strong roots and it's built brick by brick, but ultimately there's a house. So know that even though it's so small, every small thing has a big impact. Even though you're not working, but raising kids is a job. Everything you do is a job, right? And everything has a ripple effect. So why not do with full conscious knowledge and full conscious um, focus? Start with the small and the impact is bigger than you think. So that's my message for you, my amazing Capricorn. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to help me grow my channel, subscribe to it, leave a comment below how this resonates with you. And also, I do private readings. You find my email in the description box below. And until next time, many blessings to you, my lovely, lovely Capricorn. So let's move on to Aquarius. Aquarius, Sun and Rising. For you, we have this full moon, total lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo on the 3rd of March in your 8th house. And when we look at Virgo, this sign likes to clean up things. It likes to be perfectionistic, right? But also this eclipse is telling you, like, maybe you're sometimes trying too hard to achieve something. Maybe you just need to let go. Look at where Pisces is in the 2nd house and just feel the value within yourself, right? And to let go of perfectionism and maybe looking at, um, you know, focusing on what you can change within yourself so you can receive all the beautiful things that you deserve. So it's a change of perspective when it comes to value and knowing that actually you by yourself already can achieve so much. So some of you will start, if first you were depending on someone else for money, could be family, could be a partner. Now it's time where you're gonna focus more on self-support and earning your own money. Okay. And also, maybe that's what you want. Maybe you've been, taking care of your children for so long and you're like, I want something of my own now. I want to do my own project. So yeah, new ideas on how to make money will come for you. Also, this time, make sure you check your taxes, your papers. And I know it sounds very boring, but it's so necessary to check those things. Okay, the taxes. You could be on the phone with some kind of, contracts for electricity and things like that. It's just about settling things and reorganizing because Virgo likes to organize. And Pisces says, okay, let go and look at what you can do. So it's not a time for new investments, right? 8th house. There might be some difficulty with inheritance as well, like who's going to get what. It's kind of confusing because we have Mercury retrograde as well, ruler of Virgo. So um, it's a time to revise, not a time to take action. It's a time for ideas, self-reflection, and we have Mercury retrograde in a trine with Jupiter retrograde in the 6th house. So it's just about gathering ideas. Like some of you will have clients coming back, okay? Working with them, okay? Earning money, true clients coming back, which is fine with the retrogrades. It's also reflecting on work, how much you've earned in the past, and looking how much you've done so far, not only money-wise, but also with your diet, and see how well, you've taken care of your body. And if you're not happy with what you see, there is a time to change that and to nurture your body. And nurturing your body, because you have Cancer in the 6th house, right? With emotions, which is feelings. So nurturing your body with the right diet and cook for yourself with love, with the right vibrations. Okay. Because that everything is energy. So, if you cook with good vibrations, and put on some nice music when you're cooking, your food is going to be energized and you're going to eat it and you're going to feel more energized. Okay. So healthy food, happy cooking is going to equal more self-value, more love. Okay, new ideas on how to make money as well, because we're gonna have this new moon in Pisces, and it's in a sextile with Uranus. Uranus is thinking outside of the box, and some of you are gonna earn money through real estate. Maybe you want to sell your home, okay? But the best is to wait until end of the month when Mercury is direct. Jupiter is direct on the 10th, right? So just wait. 25th, it's kind of settled, and then it's all good to go. Revising your budget, what comes in, what goes out, and also see how you can rely more on yourself. Like some of you have been going through divorce, maybe even, and you just look at, how can I make my own money? Or just feeling that you want to do something for yourself. Okay. Um, Yeah, getting along with your colleagues when Jupiter is direct, it's going to be a beautiful time. And actually, getting along with your colleagues is also going to be key for making more money, okay? Because you're feeling generally more optimistic. It could even be a pet. Like getting a pet is making you feel so happy that you will see more progress with earning money, okay? And yeah, sudden ideas for a move. Do not act impulsively. So also we have now Aries season, right? We have Saturn there in your third house. So it's out of the second. So like I said, it's much better time for making money. So if you're going on a trip or a short trip and you're Aquarius, especially Aquarius rising, there might be some delay there, okay? Same with study. It might take a bit more time because we have the sun, we have Neptune, we have Saturn, we have Venus there. So there will be solutions. It's just that, and you will enjoy, but maybe, your transport is delayed. Maybe with your study, you have to do a resit, or you have to read the books, read the pages a few more times to really understand it. But also, it's going to stick with you for long term. Okay. Also, with siblings, there might be some slight misunderstanding there. So, or maybe a bit less contact than usual, right? Doesn't have to be anything bad. It's just maybe you're just going your own way for a little bit. But definitely end of the month, great for more income, more clients, a new job. Ask how you value yourself, okay? Don't undersell yourself, Aquarius. And also, if you buy any vehicle or transport or anything, just make sure to double check everything, right? Because Saturn is the karmic planet. So just to make sure that all is okay and that you're not buying it because Neptune is there and Venus and buying it because it's beautiful, but you have to look at the inside as well. Um, yeah, communication is less talking, more depth. So whatever you say is going to help people in the long term. Okay, so you might be less chatty than usual, which is fine. You're going to observe and you're going to give very strong answers to people. Now, usually I draw cards, but um, I left them, so I'm gonna channel. We're anyways gonna be in a Pisces. We're having a lot of Pisces planets, which is great for channeling. So I'm gonna close my eyes and see what message I have for my amazing Aquarius. I feel some of you are rushing a lot, but also having a lot of ideas at the same time, but you don't know which idea to follow yet. So if there's too many ideas and too many things that you have to follow, it's hard to follow through with anything at all. Um, Write them down. I feel like you need a journal because some of you have such good ideas, but there's no time to do everything now. So maybe it's better to write it down and to do all those things when you have the time to do it. And for some of you, it's also related to creativity, creative projects. And I also feel that some of you really crave a relationship. Jupiter's going in Leo this year, right? So a lot of opportunities for love. But now it's time to first reconnect with your worthiness and your self love. And if you believe you're worthy of it, then it can present itself. Because actually, believe it or not, attraction is according to how you think about yourself. Because the right person can be next to you and you cannot even see that person because your eyes are attracted to what you think about yourself, right? So if we don't believe that we deserve love, we're going to go for the wrong type of person that also has that wound, right? Also doesn't feel like they deserve love, and then they cannot give you this stability because Aquarius, yes, you are a sign that likes to be independent, likes to have fun, but you're still a fixed sign. So deep down, you want to have stability so you can have all this freedom to enjoy. So a stable root, because you have Taurus in the fourth house, a stable root is going to give you space for your genius to come true, for your inventiveness to come true. Okay. So first, you connect with your own worthiness. And then you will see that the people you're attracted to, you know, and if you're already in a relationship, it doesn't matter, right? Because it accounts for everything. It's for work, it's for friends, because if you think you're worthy of a job, then you will have that job at some point, right? You're going to work towards that job. And you're not going to feel bad when people give you a bit of criticism, but you're going to see it, take it on, and improve it and master it until, right? First, you're the student and then you're the teacher. So I feel like some of you are in the transition from student to teacher, or from getting a mastery over your skills. And sometimes you don't even appreciate how much you're doing and how you are opening new paths, not only for yourself, but for other people. Your innovation and your out of the box thinking and your rebel qualities are actually needed. Okay. So if people cannot accept these rebel thoughts, it's not always reflected on you. It's just that they're not ready to hear that. But it doesn't mean your idea is stupid. So write it down. And, people who work towards the future, they need to have ideas that are not accepted by everyone. It's going to be a little outside of the box, uncomfortable, but leadership is uncomfortable. It's not about being settled. Okay. So don't be afraid to think differently and to be different, because actually that's beautiful and that can really change things and change the way we see the world. So accept that beautiful part of you, and that will help you in return attract the right job, relationship, and all those things. So that's my message for you, my lovely Aquarius. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to expand my channel, subscribe to it. Also leave a comment how it resonates. I do private readings. You find my website in the description box below. So thank you so much. I so appreciate you. And until next time. So we go to Pisces now. Pisces, Sun and Rising. First of all, happy birthday for my lovely sunshine Pisces. On your birthday, it's a beautiful time to send a wish into the world. So in return, it will come back to you. And you don't talk about it, you keep it to yourself, because this is your own little secret on what you would like to manifest and attract in your life. Okay. So on the 3rd of March, we're going to have a full moon total lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo. I said full moon total lunar eclipse in Aries. Oy, did I write that in all the... Yeah. All right. Well, the retrograde is definitely already doing things for me. We have Mercury retrograde, right, in your sign. And you, Pisces, you are very creative. You're a creative thinker. So when it's retrograde and you have to look at the details, it creates a little bit of a confusion. Like for you, it's better to let it flow. Okay. So yeah, I can see now that I wrote eclipse in Aries. Okay. That's fine. Um, it's gonna be in your 7th house. Refocus. So 7th house is related to your relationships and your partnerships, but also your business partnerships and how you relate to people one-on-one. So you might have a different perspective here, right? Because Virgo is very perfectionistic. So maybe what you have in your mind, what your partner should be, is actually not what you need. So you might change perspectives on what it is that you need, Pisces, right? Same with a business partner. Like, what is someone that can really bring out the best in you and you in them? Okay. So you might need to clean up your thoughts and your feelings as well in relationships and change this perspective. Like there could be some confusion in direction in your own life, which could be impacting your relationship. And this will be up until the 19th of March, okay, when Mercury will station direct. But it will already decrease the confusion when Jupiter will station direct on the 10th, okay? So like I said at the beginning of the video, because it's in the first house, right? There might be some confusion on direction where you want to go, doubts, self-doubts. This is time to go inward. So where do these doubts come from? Why are you doubting yourself? Why are you doubting yourself in relationships? And reconnect with your inner child, because Jupiter is in a trine with these planets in your fifth house. So it's really time to see like um what can you do? Maybe you can do a certain hobby to reconnect with yourself, to reconnect with your children. Okay. So this is time to go inward and see how can you love yourself more and how can you bring that in your relationship. So maybe you want to focus a little bit more about on yourself this month and less on your partner. Some will see a separation, but I always say like you never have to be afraid that you know, it only happens when the relationship was already on shaky grounds, okay? So solid relationships are not going to break. That will not happen, okay? Um, yeah, so this new path will change and shift your relationships, okay? Miscommunication as well, and it could also be related to your children. So maybe you're not understanding each other 100%, but you can also have conversations with your children on your past, what you've been through. And even you can align your creative projects with your past, right? Create from maybe things that happened in your past and put that as a subject. Okay. Yeah, time to recheck your creative projects as well. And then we have this new one in Pisces at 28 degrees and 27 minutes. So there's still a little bit of a confusion, but it's going to settle, especially on the 25th when Mercury is completely direct. It's going to settle. So you will go full on. Okay, there it's time for action. And it's such a beautiful time. End of March is Jupiter is direct, Mercury is direct. We have Mars there. Okay. So you're going to go really fast. It's from 0 to 100. Okay. Beautiful time to have fun, to create, to maybe you're going to figure out a new hobby, something you want to do. Some are going to expect a child, okay? A birth of a child, getting pregnant, talking about children, romance as well, like attracting someone new. Maybe you've reflected on that in that time and there the new person is, right? Or just spending romantic time with your current partner and enjoying each other. Because sometimes we need time for ourselves to self reflect and then we are ready to face the world again. So don't feel guilty this month if you feel like you need some time by yourself, especially up until this new moon. After that, things will go quite fast. Okay. So reflecting on the past is going to make you go very quickly by the end of the month. So then we have Aries season. Now, Saturn went into your second house and it's going to realign your self worth. So you might sometimes be questioning, like, do I deserve money? Am I good enough for that? Okay. Maybe you're starting to make your hobby your job and you're like, oh, should I ask money for that? So it could be that you have to work a main job and then grow something on the side. Okay. But it's a beautiful time if you're an actress or an actor or an artist, a singer, you're going to really get a lot of attention. So sometimes we have to start out not asking too much money, but through hard work, you will get exactly, starting a podcast, do something that you love, okay? And then with time, money will come. And maybe you have to work on the side. So this is what Saturn is saying. Like you have to budget and go after your wishes, right? But in a responsible way. A chance of new romance leading to commitment. So definitely a chance to more commitment and overcoming these doubts about yourself, okay? Because um, you're gonna have urges of creativity. And it's gonna be also just a time to enjoy, okay? To not put so many restrictions on yourself. Just make sure to budget and not overspend, okay? Now, I usually draw a card for all the signs, but I'm going to channel. So I'm going to close my eyes and see what kind of message I can channel for you, Pisces. So I smell success for a lot of you. And success can be seen in many ways. So success can be achievement, but success can also be a good relationship with your children, having a hobby that makes you joyful. And I feel like a lot of you will have success in one or more areas in your life. And it's about finding within yourself the gratitude of all the beautiful things that have come your way and how far you've come. Like a lot of you have such intuitive gifts, and these intuitive gifts can help you in your work. It can help you understand people better. It can help you connect with others. Okay. So even in the workplace, with your intuitive insights, you can bring people together. Like a lot of you that are watching are good at bringing people together. Like you're a connector and you don't even realize it. Some of you don't even realize how much impact your intuition has, your compassion, your ability to listen is bringing in so much. And I almost feel these emotions like it's okay to feel. It's okay sometimes to feel too much, even. It's not a punishment because it's a gift. And therefore, it's okay to give yourself time to reconnect and to spend time by yourself, right? You can be both social and spend time by yourself. Water is going with the flow, but if it's too many incentives, it's going to be upset. So make sure to have time, and that even though you don't meet as many people as you want to, your impact is big and it helps the collective and it helps people grow. So accept this beautiful gift that you have, okay? It's not about the size of it. It's small, subtle changes that you bring into people's lives, and you just have to be yourself and maybe just be. And that is already enough. And then when things flow, it just comes into your life with such ease. So in March, it's about going with the flow, allowing things to flow through you, allowing to go with the waves. And if you're a swimmer, go swim, go surf, go do whatever it is to reconnect with your body. Take a bath, take a shower. I mean, hopefully people shower more often, but you know what I mean. Enjoy it and treat yourself with the respect that you have for other people. So it's also about respecting yourself because this sometimes is where the boundaries dissolve with other people and you become angry. But it was the respect that you lost for yourself and you started focusing on only the other person. But you also matter. So have this good division. It's going to help you in all aspects. If you can master this, you will see that your reach is more important than you think, right? Small changes lead to big changes. It's the small intention and the small seed that you plant, and it's going to create something really beautiful. But it's going to be a fantastic time to show and express yourself naturally. So this is not a time to hold back. This is a time to express and to show and to love without guilt. Without guilt. So that would be my message for you, my amazing Pisces. If you want to help me expand my channel, subscribe to it. Also, I do private readings. You find my email in the description box below. Sending you so many blessings. Happy birthday and have a fantastic month. Bless you.